What is going on, guys? I just wanted to come on super quick because I had something on my mind that I wanted to get off, and I don't want to make this long, but I definitely wanted to speak on it. So I had this encounter with this targeted individual, someone who's posing as a targeted individual who is truly indeed a gang stalker by all accounts. You know, I don't like doing this whole, fake T.I and, this person is, pretending or whatever, but I feel compelled to make this video, and I'm concerned simply because I know that nothing's a coincidence. I know these people don't operate on just happenstances, and they do things very calculatingly. So I'm obviously concerned for those reasons. Anyway, a lot going on tonight. They don't want me to make this video. But I'm going to. So anyway, it's important to me because for me to out this person as being a gang stalker, because again, I gave my phone number out to him. I was honest in about my location, where I'm residing, and essentially those things are not that big of a deal because they know. But again, you can never take lightly the schemes and the plots of these demons, because they operate on a very violent wavelength, and nothing that they do is ever coincidental or no big deal, or so I have to take these things very seriously. So I'm making this video for a couple of reasons, and that be one of them, the fact that I divulge information to him, and I'm kind of pissed about that. So I think it's only right for me to let people know who and what you're dealing with when you're dealing with this person. We are in a very high anxiety environment when you're dealing with these kind of criminal activity, and we just have to be very mindful of those things when we're dealing with people that are being duplicitous. So with that being said, I reached out to him initially over a comment on one of his videos. We exchanged emails. Based off of that interaction and that conversation, we had another section of conversation over a couple of days. We exchanged phone numbers, and this was all upon his request, and we had a conversation over the phone. The conversation was fine. There were a few things that were a bit questionable to me, but again, I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, especially if they're targeted, because you just never know what's going on in their minds or in their spirits. So I try to go into a no judgment zone when I'm encountering someone that is claiming to be targeted. So the conversation, like I said, for the most part, outside of those things, were okay. It was fine. He seemed like a very nice person. He seemed like he was being somewhat transparent, but there were some things I could tell he was holding back on. And like I said, I won't get into that, but this later behavior definitely confirmed for me that I was right. So the end of the conversation, he says, he'd like to talk to me again. He'd like to be friends, like to try to forge a friendship. And I said, okay, that's cool. I'm okay with that. I'll give you a ring tomorrow. And I call him leave a message with him just to let him know that, the phone number that I'm using is not always reliable because of the way it's set up. And just to make sure that if you do try to call and you're not able to get in contact, to maybe email me or drop me a comment on my channel. So I didn't get a response, once I got back into an area where I was able to get a signal to see if I had, got a response from him, and didn't get a response. So I went ahead and, carried out my errands and got back to an area where there was better signal for me. And I think I may have emailed him, or I think I may have called again. And no response. So so by the time I kind of, hung around and waited for a response, and I didn't hear anything back from him. So I wait till the next day. Next day comes around, and at this point, I'm just concerned because I haven't got any responses back from him at all. And I was worried because, he had told me he was possibly living with somebody that was a perp, a gang stalker. So I was just like, I hope nothing happened. I hope this person didn't, hear his conversation with me and, do something, because I take this very seriously. I realize that the people that we are around, and the targeting, the stalking, the surveillance, it's not a game. These people are narcissistic psychopaths, and they are liable to do anything at any time. So you can't be relaxed, you can't be chill about these things. You need to take it very seriously, which is why it's so important for you to have somebody that you can rely on and that you can, call on if you find yourself in danger. So I was just a bit shocked that I hadn't heard anything back from him, this being the second day. So once again, I think I made a phone call to him and I didn't get anything back. And then I ended up emailing him again. And then I just went, to his comments and was just basically asking if you're okay, shoot me out a response, let me know you're all right, essentially just pleading with this person to let me know you're okay. No response. So fast forward, and I think it's been about 2 weeks, still no response, zero. And I go and I see that he made another video, because I had subscribed to his channel after we talked. And, I shot him a response and was like, hey, so, you're not dead. What happened? What was the deal? No response. And I don't propose that I'm going to get a response, and that's fine at this point, because I know what the deal is. And if you're asking, why does that make him a gang stalker? Well, for a lot of reasons. One, people that are truly targeted for as long as he says he's been targeted, they're very compassionate people. They've learned to be compassionate over time, because they understand the behavior and the actions behind the veil of this evil. Two, when you're calling yourself a Christian, and claiming to be somebody that understands compassion and love and all of that, and this is how you respond to somebody, when you can clearly see they're trying to make sure you're okay, and that's not normal. And then three, what would be the purpose for you to just go cold and go silent on someone like that?